Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 favorite concealers. What are my go-tos? I've used a lot of concealers over time and I want to show you guys my favorites so that you don't have to waste your money on ones that you don't feel like are going to work for you. These are my holy grail concealers and I would recommend them to anybody, especially if you have dark circles like me. If you don't have dark circles, you might want to go with a lower coverage concealer because I don't use lower coverage since I have really deep dark circles. So if you have dark circles, this video is definitely for you. So we will get right into the top 5 concealers and I will discuss a little bit about each one. There is one concealer that I don't have on me, but I used it for years and years and years, and I actually stopped and switched to another one. I will put a picture of it right over here and talk a little bit about it. Also, remember I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, so please subscribe to my channel and just hit that notification bell just to see when I upload, and give me a follow on Instagram because I also post when I upload on there too. So if you want to see my top 5 favorite concealers, and then just keep watching. So I have 3 drugstore concealers and 2 high-end concealers. Drugstores have definitely stepped up their game with the concealers and getting full coverage. They used to not have a big selection to pick from, but now they do, and there's a lot of them. So there's one thing that all of these concealers have in common. It is that they are a doe foot applicator, which I really love them. I feel like a lot of concealers are doing that now, but there are some concealers out there that are not doe foot applicators. So I just love the doe foot applicators. They're easy to apply and it's not messy or anything. I just like how easy it is. So we'll start off with drugstore and then work to high end. I would say the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish is such a nice concealer. The shade that I have it in right now is light peach, and it's a little bit hard to tell in the stores with these shades how they're going to come off. I feel like this is actually a perfect shade, but I would kind of go up a little bit than you think you are, because like I said, they can run very light, but they have tons of different shades. And I like that this one is more on the creamy side because I have the lines under my eyes, so I don't want as much creasing and I don't want it to be as heavy. So this one is a little bit more lightweight, but gives you that full coverage feeling. So I really do love it. And this was after the original Camo came out. They decided to come out with one that was more creamy just because the other one wasn't as comfortable under your eyes. It was more matte. So they decided to come out with this one, and it's really good and I recommend it. It's only $6. So if you have dry under eyes, I would highly recommend this. So speaking of the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer, I really do love this. I feel like this one actually provides a little bit more coverage than the e.l.f. Hydrating one. I do love this a little bit more than that one. So it is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Wear Camo Concealer, and I just think it's so good, and it's full coverage, it's matte, it stays in place. Yeah, it does crease a little bit more than the hydrating one just because it is a little bit thicker and heavier than that one. So if you want something that's not as thick as this one, then I would definitely recommend trying the hydrating one. But if you have oily under eyes, you would definitely love this one. And I have it in the shade medium peach. This is light peach and this is medium peach. You can see the difference between those two colors, and it's weird because this one actually looks darker, but it's called light peach. Last one, which is very, very good, and it's kind of comparable to the e.l.f. Camo, how it is very matte and it is very, very full coverage. So this is the CoverGirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer, and that is what it looks like. This is such a good concealer. It's full coverage. You can get it at the drugstore. I will put the price of it right over here. And this one is in the shade light nude. I actually think that I can go a shade higher than this because they do run really light, but it gives you that full coverage. It isn't as hydrating as the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. This one is a little bit on the drier side. Gives you that full coverage that you're looking for, especially if you have oily under eyes. But this one is very full coverage and will cover those dark circles right up. I would just use a small amount of it so that it doesn't feel heavy under your eyes. So on to the drugstore options. I'm going to talk about the one that I don't have first. This is a holy grail for everybody. You guys probably know what I'm going to say, but it's the Tarte Shape Tape. And that, I believe that retails for, at least at the time when I used to buy it, it was about $27 to $30. I'll put the price right up here. And I will put a picture of it as well. But that stuff is full coverage. And this, I would say that this is actually a dupe for it. It's pretty comparable. It is full coverage. It stays in place. It is a little bit cakey, so just keep that in mind. But if you use a small amount and use a brush, that's what I do. I use a brush with my concealers and they give me the fullest coverage. But if you want something a little more light, you can use your sponge with it and get a little bit of lighter coverage. These are all for full coverage concealers, so just keep that in mind. But that stuff is amazing. I used it for years and years and years, and it was my holy grail. And it was a little bit heavy under my eyes. That's the only thing. And I think I actually used too much at the time when I used to use it, but I do want to repurchase it again and use it because I did love that concealer. Yeah, I would highly recommend that. If you have bad dark circles and you have oily under eyes, it would work perfect for you because it is very mattifying and stays in place all day. I always set my concealers, just so you guys know, so they do stay in place once I set them. The last one is actually my favorite concealer right now. It could change down the road, but you guys probably have seen me use this in so many of my videos. I actually just got a new one of these not too long ago, maybe like a month ago. The only thing that sometimes I don't like about these is you can't really get in there and get all the product out, but I just love having a doe foot. But yeah, it is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer Super Coverage. And you can use it for your contour, your highlight, use it to retouch, conceal, obviously, and I have it in the shade Porcelain. So I think the last shade I had was Vanilla, and I made sure I got a neutral shade. I just love this. It's so creamy, so full coverage. I use that to cover spots on my face as well, and I just feel like this color isn't too brightening, but it's just the perfect shade. So it is a little bit brightening, but it's not anything crazy. So I can use it on spots on my face and it won't brighten up that spot. I feel like it's just the perfect shade. It's like a shade lighter than my foundation, and a lot of people have contoured with it, but it is $30, so I don't know if I would buy it in a contour shade as well. I use powder bronzers, so if you're into contouring with cream, then I would definitely recommend this because it stays in place all day as long as you set it. I'm not sure how it works without setting it since I don't do that. This is all around my favorite concealer, and I will always purchase it as of now until something better comes out or if there's something better that I see. But my under eyes can get a little bit dry, so I do like that this is hydrating and full coverage at the same time. So I would say it's kind of comparable to the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. This one definitely gives more coverage for me than this one. And I feel like it lasts a little bit longer than this one for me, so that's why I always gravitate towards this one. I can wear this without foundation and do a no foundation makeup look, and it just looks so nice and blends into the skin so seamlessly. And I will just never stop using this unless something comes out that I find that's even better, but I doubt it right now, but you never know with all the new releases they have coming out. So that is definitely my #1 favorite out of all of them, and I would highly recommend this one. But these are all great concealers. Like I said, they're my top 5. You can't go wrong with any of these, especially if you have super dark circles like I do. I would highly recommend each one of them. It just kind of depends on your under eyes. If you have like a hydrated under eye area or if you have a dry under eye area. But as you can see, I do have more drugstore since they're coming out with great concealers. It's just amazing that you can get good quality for a low price now. So that's just really amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video and this has helped you some, especially if you have dark circles or struggle with dark circles or are looking on reviews for these concealers or which concealer to buy. Hopefully this has helped you kind of narrow it down to some concealers that you would like to buy and try out. Remember, I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, so please subscribe to my channel and just hit that notification bell just to see when I upload, and also give me a follow on Instagram so you can see when I upload there as well. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.